Alright. Who the hell crouches like that, man? What the fuck? Okay, any music? Oh, we can sit down. He wants some music, yeah? Well, doesn't look like there's any music, so... Oh, hang on. Wait. Have a drink. Yeah, that's some good shit. Alright, there's the music. Oh no, he turns it off. There we go.
Attention! This is the Special Restoration Committee speaking from the Ark Project base.
Oh, what is this shit?
Everyone's still loyal to the cause. Proceed to the rally point. Rally point location is code 1811-79. Area 18-5. I repeat, proceed to the rally point. Rally point location is code 1811-79. Area 18-5. Only by standing together shall we overcome any and all obstacles.
There's a lot of shit here to read, but I'm not going to read all of it. Watchmen. Why the fuck are they called Watchmen? If you see one, you better dispose of it immediately. Weapons. Kalash. That's the gun I've been using, I think. These are all modified guns. Hang on, wait. I wanted to read maybe just one.
Attention. This is the Special
Turn
Restoration
this shit
Committee
off.
speaking from the Ark Project base. Everyone who can...
Any music?
16, come in. 16 here. We just saw a group of targets with 2 vehicles moving toward their position. They'll be there in about 40. Roll out the red carpet. Copy that, 102. Will you be ready to cut them off if they retreat along the same route? The machine gun is in position already. We're going to throw a wire post and add a few claymores to that just to make sure. Copy, 102. Over and out.
Interesting.
Thanks, Artino. The world improved instantly.
I wonder if we're gonna get copyright for this. I was gonna say, what was it? The drawings are so good, man. Look how good that drawing is. She's very good looking, attractive. I think she had long hair in... Oh my god, I gotta turn that off. Oh fuck. I think I'm gonna get copyright for that. Turn the fuck off. Okay, I can't read with the music on. Okay, yeah, the drawing is really good. Look at that, man. Did she have long hair in the first game? The first couple games, was it? Or did she have short hair? I swear to God, she had long hair. Alright, let's just read Anna. Anna, my Anna, from the very beginning I thought I was not worthy of you. What was I? A nerdy guy from a backwater station, a dreamer hearing voices in his head, an adventurer, seeker. And you? The most beautiful girl in the metro, the only daughter of the legendary Colonel Miller, the best sniper of the Spartan Order. But how did you put it? 3 there were lots of hard-boiled guys around. God, how much have we been through together? We had our bright days and really dark ones. Our feelings would die out and rekindle again. I even tried to leave, but couldn't. I got too far. You wanted a normal man, but you still accepted me as I am. You were the only one who didn't consider me mad when I spent days on the surface listening to the radio in fruitless attempts of receiving signals from other survivors. You knew that every such sortie meant more radiation exposure for me and less chances for healthy children, should we ever have them. And you would still let me go. You didn't prohibit me from dreaming. I always felt your gaze on me when you would cove my back in combat, and when I would lose my way, I was always in your field of view. I always knew that nobody could ever replace you, my personal guardian angel of death. If this is not love, what is? Very nice. I feel like reading them, but it's just it would take a long time. I don't think I could go through all this shit. That's like 10 minutes or something. Fuck it, I'll just read it all. Miller, Colonel Sviatoslav Konstantinovich Melnikov, the founder and the permanent commander of the Order of Sparta. Miller picked and trained each Spartan individually. He was the only one to come to the rescue of my home station when we were under attack by the Dark Ones. He was the only one to stand between the communists and the Nazis and prevent the conflict, which could well spell the ultimate end of our civilization. It was Miller who accepted me into the Order and blessed our union with Anna, his only daughter. I became his son-in-law, but could never amass the courage to call him Dad. Nothing but Colonel, with a Sir, of course. In the D6 defense, the Colonel lost his best fighters and his old self. Something is forever broken in him. Broken is him. And they made a typo there. He became cold, completely intolerant of any dissent. Sometimes I feel he's sorry he didn't object his daughter marrying me. He would have probably preferred Hunter as his in-law, but Hunter is missing, and I dragged his daughter into a maelstrom none of us might ever emerge from. Demir is probably the calmest of all the crew members. Demir is also extremely reliable. He'll always be there to help. He always does the hardest part of any job, goes on the toughest missions, and then instead of taking the well-earned respect and gratitude as one would expect, he starts blushing and saying he had nothing to do with success and it all just kind of happened that way. There's only one painful issue for Demir, and that's his name given to him by his father along with half his blood. Demir can't forgive his father for leaving, going as far as to deny being his blood kin. Duke of Darkness, Igor Dukov, the youngest, the bravest, and the craziest of us. Some join the Order out of desperation, others to protect people from dangers, but Duke is just desperately in love with adventure. Whenever the Colonel asks for volunteers, Duke is always first to shout me, no matter how hard and dangerous the mission ahead may be. It's a shame we don't have any medals in the Order, otherwise Duke would be plastered with them. He keeps looking up to the more experienced fighters, competing with them for the most kills, missions, and wounds. For some reason he pays particular attention to comparing his achievements with mine. Perhaps it's because I'm closest to his age. Anna once said about him, "Quit your whining, Artyom. There are people here who dream of becoming like you." About Duke, was she right? You're a Mac, the Aurora's permanent helmsman. Your Mac knows her every detail down to the smallest bolts and fields. Every change in the work of any of the numerous, and truth be told, quite worn out mechanisms with his heart. Your Mac fit into our group so easily and naturally. It seems he was with us since forever, and yet Anna and I met him on a Hansack base, where Yermak first helped me find my wife and then led us in the hijacking of our beloved cruiser. Still, with Yermak's background, it's a small wonder he decided to leave Moscow with us. At the time of our meeting, we had only just learned of Huns are executing everyone trying to enter or leave Moscow. Yermak had been living with this terrible knowledge for months. First out of fear for his daughter's life, then after she succumbed to her illness out of sheer hopelessness. But now he is free just like the rest of us, and if we ever come back to Moscow, we'll settle our scores with Anzac leadership together. Yermak says that every man has a destination in life, a place where the fate leads him to. And whenever life becomes hard, sometimes unbearably so, I always recall his words. This might be the end of the line, but it is still not your destination. Get up, walk on. Thank you, Yermak. Idiot. Idiot chose his nickname out of natural humility, or perhaps simply in honor of one of Dostoevsky's characters. In fact, he's anything but, being the most educated, well-bred soldier in the order, landing the position of Miller's right-hand man back in the metro. The question is, what does he really know about the reasons for people being held in the tunnels, the war that could be still going on, as well as who is really in control of the metro? Idiot likes talking a lot, but he never actually says much, even if you push him. Save for his usual on one hand, this could be true, while on the other, if you feel that the truth is close enough to touch, talk to the idiot, he'll confuse you completely in no time. One thing about him that I don't understand at all is what could he even be looking for fighting in the Order's ranks? Oh shit, how many have we got? Aloysia, the life of every party, an avid lady killer, favorite customer of the seediest joints of something Boulevard, and our survival on the surface instructor. After only a cursory glance, he can correctly tell if an abandoned building can last for years or is ready to collapse onto your head at the lightest touch, which ability saved him back in Moscow more than once. Belosha is the only member of our crew, seemingly taking our journey for an exciting adventure, probably in anticipation of new meetings with representatives of the fair sex, of course. Sam is one of the Order's best. He might not be the strongest, fastest, or the best marksman we have, but he can certainly hold his own in a match with Spartan champions in each of these areas, and he definitely is the most unusual of us. Sam is an American, a Marine from the US Embassy Guard detail who just happened to be in the metro when the Judgment Day came, eventually ending up as Colonel Miller's personal bodyguard. Sam had to sit the battle for D6 out on the account of staying in a hospital with a serious wound, and was really hard on himself for not being there to protect the colonel when he was needed the most. As soon as he was back on his feet, still as bandaged, Sam would refuse to leave the colonel's side no matter what. He wouldn't even let anybody else push Miller's wheelchair, even when Andrew the blacksmith made the amazing prosthetics the colonel had been wearing, even since Sam remained Miller's shadow and, of course, joined us aboard the Aurora. All of us, the crew members, are going somewhere, to some kind of destination, as Yermak puts it. Even though none of us know where that destination would be, Sam, though, seems to know the place. If the world outside of Metro is not wiped out, there must be survivors in the US. And Sam can't stop thinking about his parents who might still be alive waiting for their son. I wonder if he feels he's traveling in the right direction with us. I think I said something wrong. Even be survivors in the us. Yeah, in the US, not the us. Okay. Alright, 2 more. Jesus fucking Christ, I never read this much, man. Ever. You guys are lucky. In day-to-day life, Stepan is so calm and nice, it's hard to believe he is a member of the Order. We are a military organization after all. Once you see this giant in battle, though, you immediately see the reason for him being here. Stepan is completely fearless and amazingly strong. He handles the heavy machine gun as if it were a regular assault rifle. We are lucky to be on Stepan's side. Having him an enemy would be a disaster. Tokarev, partial to the creations of the famous gun designer. He shares the family name with. He's a man in love with his craft. He's constantly busy with the crew's weapons, repairing, maintaining them, and making improvements. Tokarev knows everything there is to know about weapons and even more, and can talk about them for hours, but he's not really interested in much else. He doesn't just care for our firepower, but also works for our gear, constantly adjusting and inventing new things, laboring day and night to make sure we all perform to the best of our ability without being hindered by inferior equipment. What would we do without him? On a side note, he seems to be quietly and hopelessly, unrequitedly in love with my Anna. He's always worried about her, thinking of her, talking about her, but I can't even bring myself to feel jealous. Boom! I'm not reading anymore. Holy fucking shit. This whole fucking video is about me reading. That's probably him, the last guy we read about.
Hello there, Artyom. It seems to me, whether it was intended or not, that our colonel now has a goal to strive for because of you. We all remember the way you fought back in D6, so no matter what lies ahead, we're with you. You can count on us. Yes. As for me, I'm running a little inventory check. It is kind of cramped in here. I'm thinking of making something of a workbench. So that's all the instruments we get, and everything else would be within arm's reach. With no workbench, you just lose small components. We'll use this place to work on the weapons. Cleaning, oiling, keep out of everybody's way, and keep them from messing with my stuff. Well, we'll have to take turns, of course, but we'll manage. So, if you find any weapons you'd like to keep, I'll store them for you here on the Aurora, and you can come back to exchange them. You'll get them back in their best shape ever. Don't you doubt. Boy, have I cleaned and oiled a lot of weapons in my life. Factory and homemade too. Some of those were just amazing. So unusual. So, if you have any weapon-related questions, I'm your man. And weapons, they are like girls. They need attention. You clean your weapon well, you oil it, you check the ammo, because these dirty ammo caps do get rusty sometimes. But if you put your heart into it, the weapon never fails. Well, I'll just finish oiling this one, then start on another.
Is he fucking done talking? Jeez. Ooh, look at this, man. That looks fucking cool. That, I don't know. It just looks cool.
Well, hello there, Artyom. You people could have called me up there to drink to Aurora. I still think Beelzebub was a better name. Well, help yourself.
I will.
Because frankly speaking, I'm a bit tired here. The only good thing about this job is that you forget it's winter. If only you didn't have to pay for discomfort later, with your whole body aching. I heard this monotonous labor calms you. Well, it's not a lie. I do feel this calm, you see. It says it's dynamic meditation. That philosopher doesn't come here to meditate too often, though.
I wonder if he actually stops. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If I keep doing this, is he going to stop automatically? No, I don't think he is.
That's all? Okay, I'll take it from here.
Maybe I'm starting to wonder, maybe I can keep going.
Thanks, man.
Let's see what happens. We'll try it again. Okay, I can confirm that if you keep doing that, nothing else happens. Alright, who else could we talk to?
Artyom, what's done is done. Yes, I didn't stop you from going outside. Yes, I tried to talk you out of it. Yes, I didn't tell you we were not the only ones to survive. But even I didn't have the clearance. And not back then. This is a state secret. Do you understand? I've been granted clearance only after a fight to protect the D6. They said they needed me to teach their recruits because the war was still on. Don't you think I was shocked? What did our people in D6 die for? What did I lose my legs for? But I understood. Because the war was still on. Security was paramount. Our people would have understood. So please, do the same. You would have spilled the beans to everyone in Metro. You're a goddamn Prometheus, a messiah. You must lead the people out of the caves. Do you think you would have saved anyone? Remember that jammer? What if Moscow has been found out because of you? What if there are missiles inbound? Anyways, no matter what they think of me, I'm no deserter and will never become one. I'm ready to bear full responsibility for everything. But if there is even the smallest chance to earn my pardon, I will take it. Which means that we, like a runner that tripped, need to keep running ever faster just to keep balance. And don't dare you trip us all over again. Am I understood? I hope I am. Anyway, at least now we know where to run. So, go back inside and take a look at the map. Our route is pretty obvious now.
Alright, just have one more puff. Let's blow it in your fucking face. About 10 times. He blew that shit in his face 10 times, man. Take a look at that. Oh, he's back into it. I bet you if you stand out here, you'll see the same building. It just goes around and around, probably. The game can't just go on forever. Who's that?
So, dear Moses, can you feel how sweet the air is without a mask? Or not just sweet, so many shades of taste it has. A weird feeling, eh, my friend? I remember you telling me how you took your mask off atop a stunking tower. When you homed those missiles in on the dark ones, was the air bitter then? Who knows though? Had you not launched those missiles, you'd probably never have climbed that building or received that signal. Life is weird, huh? One random event drags another with it, like links in a chain. And you are pulling that chain out of a deep, dark well. The links emerge from the dark water. And what drink is in that bucket that's on the end of the chain? That's a mystery. That's what I often think about when facing a choice. You can't drop the chain either. You always have to drink from that bucket. Well, bottoms up, I suppose. So, how does it feel to be the Moses who yanked on this particular chain? Is it dumb to think about such things when all I ever did in life was carry out orders? Well, I'm not called idiot for nothing. Still, I would like to know what's on the end of your chain.
Look at his face.
Look, if there's no radiation, that means we could bring everyone out of Moscow.
It doesn't matter if there's radiation or not, Comrade American. The citizens of Moscow will have to stay put.
But why? We're just a short way from the city. And the radiation's gone.
Things might have been that easy in your America, but life has never been so easy here. Even now, we woke up saviors of the metro, and by lunchtime, we're enemy spies, saboteurs, train thieves. And what for? Something we thought was true turned out to be a lie. And that is enough for them to want us dead.
The Hansa bosses must have known that we could live up here. But the public didn't know that. Who'd want to stay down in the metro if we told them?
We cannot tell them. If they are ready to make mincemeat out of old ladies and kids to keep their secret, what do you think would they do to you, Uncle Sam? Huh? We can't go back. We can't use radio. Remember the jammers? And even if you pull a perfect Rambo and break through back into the metro, do you expect they'll all just believe you and go, yes, Moses, lead us out of this Egypt? Can you even imagine the death toll? Take your average station dwellers. Even if the Hansa guards didn't shoot them, how far would they get? Right to the nearest mutant den, most likely. We are safe here, speeding along on this Eastern Express. They are not as lucky. Not at all.
What if there was a proper evacuation?
And who would do that? Hansa's people? The ones that kept us under lock and key for 20 years? Or us too? Besides, getting the people out of Moscow is not the end of it. You have to settle them somewhere, provide food. No, brother. I do get where you're coming from, but this matter is way more complex than it seems.
I guess you're right. All this clean air went to my head. So, wait, does this mean the Colonel was in the know?
His rank does seem to suggest that. Besides, he led negotiations with Hansa. Where would we be without them after the D6 debacle? They gave us weapons and recruits to replenish our losses. We, on the other hand, our competence does not stretch beyond thinking cozy thoughts and keeping the fools in the metro from killing each other off. Remember, if not us, then who?
You are too smart for your own good, idiot.
Idiot.
Hey, Demir, I've been thinking. How far are we gonna go?
No masks needed. The railroad runs through the whole country. As far as we want, I reckon. As for Yamantau, it's about 2,000 clicks away.
No, I mean, how far can we get with the fuel we have? What's this machine's mileage?
Aha, that. Yeah, it certainly is a coal guzzler, this thing. Then again, there should be coal stores at every station. And if we don't find any, we could still burn firewood.
Alright.
Why the long face, Demir?
You see, I made a mistake of stocking up on filters. While I could have gotten a whole bunch of MREs for the same ammo, or a new hazard suit, I wish I'd known there'd be no need for them. The corporal sold them way too hard, that bastard. Get them while they last. He even gave me a book as a free extra. Quotations from Chairman Mao, do you know this writer? Mao? Anyway, here I am like a fool with the stupid book and the filters, while we could really use that meal-grade ammo now. You never know who or what we might meet.
Ты что? You're not giving the book enough credit. At the very least, it contains a whole world of wisdom on fighting the war against the imperialism. Which we might encounter on the way, even though so far we just seem to be fighting our own.
Yeah, Anna's pulling no punches this time. Perhaps she shouldn't have. It's not like the Colonel understands everything. Who's in the right here?
Whoever's not wrong, obviously.
Well, who's not wrong then?
He who does nothing and says nothing too.
Give me a break. Who's in the right now?
Everybody is, brother. And nobody.
I shouldn't have asked.
I am not bothered when I'm not understood. I am bothered when I don't understand.
Unbelievable. I honestly don't believe how long these dialogues are, man. It's pretty cool though. I'm not complaining. I love listening to NPCs talk in video games. And not many games have long dialogues like this, random, you know? That's pretty good. I bet you a lot of people, a lot of Let's Players There's no way they just sat here listening to that shit, because they try to make their videos short. You know, you gotta upload as quick as you can and make it short. So here you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, because I did. It was a good conversation. What the hell is that? That looks cool. Looks like a scope. Yeah, rifle scope, I think. And yeah, that's cool. And this guy, I was gonna say, looks like a Ninja Turtle with all that shit he's got on. That's it though. I think we're done with these guys. That was cool. Look at my shadow. Now someone's gonna say something when I walk in, probably. No?
So, how did you like that fresh air? Out of this world, isn't it?
Look at the way she's smiling at me, man. Oh, who's this guy? Nothing, he's not gonna say anything? No, he just walks up and down, no? Oh, that's where I was. Shoveling that shit. Let me go one more round and see if anyone says anything, and that's it. I'm getting out of here. He never said anything, this guy.
Oh, Artyom, you're back? Care to help me some? I'm a little tired here.
No. I got shit to do, buddy.
You still holding on to life?
I'm done for, my friend. But at least I died protecting my friends.
Shut up, you fool.
By the way, Uncle Sam, your command of Russian is quite good. Another 40 years or so, and you'd go completely native. Isn't it confusing now, though? If your California is still around, you became a Russian for nothing. By the way, if we meet the occupying forces, whose side will you be on, Sam? Ours or theirs?
Not funny. But if the war is still not over, does that make us enemies?
Nah, that's not what I meant. The colonel told me to stop smoking shroom, but isn't a pipe of peace an exception, eh?
I wish we could smoke one in California, my man. That would be so much fun.
Oh, damn. Hey, do you miss home?
I don't know. Really, I got used to it. And now I learned my folks might be alive, and I'm in a daze.
I see. What I meant was, even though you're an American, you're our man.
I'm a Spartan, Alyosha. Now and forever. You're a Spartan too. This is what we are now. I wonder what they'd think of me at this Supreme HQ, though.
Ah, drop it. We'll all stand with you, like with Anna and Artyom, like when the colonel protected you from that crowd.
Yeah, there were women and old guys and kids. They all wanted it. I didn't even want to resist, even though I was younger and stronger back then.
Sam, the war was really on back then. Your missiles had only just fallen on us, just like ours on your home. So forget that shit about the HQ. You're a Spartan, one of us. That's it.
Thank you, Colonel. Sir. So, we're going to the Urals. I'd love to see San Diego, though. Even in a dream.
There's this little whorehouse on its Stratnoy station I'd like to see. Even if it was just in a dream. Look, I'll catch some shut-eye if you don't mind.
Of course. Get some sleep.
Yeah. Besides, in a dream, it's definitely cheaper.
Again, nice dialogue right there. Some good shit, man. This whole section, I've been I've been here for like 30 minutes, I think, more, maybe more, just listening to these people talk. Snoring.
He's a bit better, I think. Hey, Artyom, was there anything from America on the radio? I'm just starting to realize that it's still there. A strange feeling. I did say my goodbyes back then, 20 years ago. I got used to it. But now, some of my relatives might be alive. They definitely think I'm dead, though. My old man, be no more than 70 now. Well, if you hear some English, they're in San Diego, California. Sorry for interrupting you. Let him rest. I'll stay here just in case.
This guy reminds me of Max Payne in Max Payne 3. He sort of looks like him, and he sounds like him. You agree? And I was gonna say something else. Look at the detail, man. Look at the shit. His feet. When he moves his feet, the shoes move. You see the flaps on the front? It actually fucking moves. And look at the back of the prosthetic leg. It moves as well. I don't know, man. The detail of this game is pretty good. Very good. Those are the things that I notice in some games, like little details like that, where the backpack moves or the gun wobbles on your back, or you know, your clothing moves, clothes physics and shit like that. It's pretty good, man. He's using a newspaper to smoke. Try one more thing. 2 more things I'm gonna try. Put this. He asked for American radio or something. Let me see.
Yesterday, though, we heard a huge bang. Was that you guys having fun? Not us. It was Unit 13. Unit 13? We thought it was the war again. What kind of spy did they catch that weren't blowing up at the warhead of doom? It was not a spy. It was them. Their train got blown up. Wow. Do you know Miller, the Spartan colonel? Sure I do. Did they get him too? No, he got out of Moscow. Turned out to be a spy. As far as I know, he learned he'd been discovered, so he stole a train and ran to his masters before our guys could nab him. Shutting a jammer down, burning a fuel depot, and an ammo dump on the way. Imagine the damage in mill-grade ammo alone. And that armored train, too. Unit 13 went to intercept them, but looks like they fell into a trap. I don't think that. What happens now? Well, it might be for the best. They did uncover the enemy mole, so now I imagine they'll net his whole network. Heads will roll. Yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah, we should probably cut this chat too, just in case. Yep, you're right. Well, over and out.
They were talking about him, Colonel. Checking if there's any more.
Come in, 102 here. 16 here. Any new development? Another car moving toward your position. Do we take it out? Could they notice you? Not unless they stop. Permission to open fire? Negative on that. That would alert the first two. Let them through and create that barricade behind them. You'll meet them on the way back if they avoid us. Roger that, 16. Good landing. 16, over and out.
Is that it? That was weird. Somebody was calling for help or something. That's it.
Come in. 1-6 here. 102 here. Is your trench system finished? Sure thing. We give the guys at Berton a run for their money. Well done. On behalf of command, I'm commending you for your expedience. You can fill it in now. Roger that. Does this mean you took care of them? Gave them our warmest welcome with all the fireworks. They were sitting ducks. Never knew what hit them. Thanks for the tip-off. Glad to hear that. You can't drink thanks, though. Well, I'm fine when you people come back. Now we're talking. Roger that 1-6. You're the man. Don't you forget it. 1-6. Over and out.
Oh, there's even more. It just doesn't end, this shit. This shit never ends.
Attention all observation posts. 2-1 here. Report your situation.
130 here. Nothing to report. No activity in the sector since the last session.
130. Acknowledged. 135 reporting. Same situation here. No activity in sector. Got that. 140 reporting. We are observing the watchmen starting their seasonal migration. Other than that, no activity. Acknowledged 140. They're a bit early this year. It's rather warm now. Yep. 145. What's your situation?
That is the report here, really.
You should be happy about that.
Yes, sir.
Carry on. 2-1 to all posts. Continue observation. Report any developments at once. Roger that.
Roger.
Roger, 2-1. Good. 2-1, over and out. Going observation, folks. Report your situation. 102 reporting. Everything quiet here now. We're bored. Copy that. 112 here. No activity here whatsoever. You just spoiled, it seems. Don't sweat it. You'll get your piece of the action eventually. Carry on. 120. It's all quiet here. Just some watchmen being restless. Copy that. The watchmen are starting their migration. 201 says his observers have seen the first horde already. Ah, that explains it. Thanks, 1-6. Well, looks like everyone's accounted for. Thanks, people. Continue observation. Report any changes immediately. 120, roger. 102, Dr. Roger. Roger that. Good. 1-6, over and out.
Excellent tune over. Your tried-and-true host, Max Golovnia, is back in action. You're listening to the first radio, currently doubling as the only one in our area. That automatically makes us the best, I suppose. What's next on our program today? Ah, yes, it's what you've all been expecting. The weather, as one would expect of early spring. We're currently seeing some southeastern gusty winds, and as it's been the case for the past 20 years, these winds are bringing, drum roll? No, not pleasant smells and good mood, but radioactive dust from the Moscow wasteland. So, if you're going out, it would be a good idea to dress according to the weather. A gas mask or full protective gear makes for a nice choice. If you decide to be risky, within an hour you could catch a cold in something around 2 by 4.5, around 70 or so microsieverts, which is nothing to sneeze at in my book. So, I urge you to exercise precaution with your listeners. Of course, if any of you are still tuned in after hearing such groundbreaking scientific insights. As for the rest of Russia, all we know is that for the most part it still exists. There are also people living in some places apparently. As you have probably already surmised, my dear listeners, the brain of a weatherman is especially hard and salty. with sweat and tears nowadays. For communications leave a lot to be desired. Still, there are some causes for a cautious optimism here. 15 years ago, there was nothing on the air. Nothing as in sick, nada. And now, there are stations popping up in places you'll never believe. A mere 2 days ago, we received a transmission from the freaking Faroe Islands, for Christ's sake. And I'm not even lying. Now, who wants to touch me? In any case, the moral here is that there's still life on our old Earth. And it looks like we're going to stay here for a while longer after all. But let's wrap up this sidetrack and get back to weather. I completely neglected to report the most important piece of information I have in that regard. The one you're all so eager to know. So here goes nothing. The thermometer outside the studio's window currently says it's 6 degrees below zero, which is an outright luxury for a mission full of junk, all things considered. It seems that the nuclear spring that's been hinted at since forever by every optimistically inclined forecast enthusiast out there has finally arrived. Incidentally, something else has just arrived too. It's time for an old record I have here. One six, come in. 1-6 here. Just saw a group of targets with 2 vehicles moving toward your position. They'll be there in about 40. Roll out the red carpet. Copy that, 102. Will you be ready to cut them off if they retreat along the same route? The machine gun is in position already. We're going to fill a wire post and add a few claymores to that just to make sure.